Hi everybody, this is Terry from Sweet Pea Papers, the Sweet Pea Papers Facebook group, the Junk Journal Tutorials and More Facebook group, and the Junk Journal and Paper Crafts Facebook group. Well, this is Teeny Weeny Halloweeny month, so make sure to go to those three Facebook groups and enter an image or a pic or a video of your Halloween project or part of it, and you will be entered into a drawing to win a prize. Now, the first and second place prizes, I realized after I set what they were, they involved being mailed. So those two are only open to the US for that particular prize. There's an alternate prize, and it's also the same as the third place prize, which is a copy of my ebook that I sell on Amazon, and that is From Junk to Gem, blah 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 subtitle, but the main thing is From Junk to Gem, and it's about writing junk or making junk journals. Okay, so we've done, this is video 4. I think we've done pretty good. We've done signature 1 completely. We're on signature 2, and I still have to finish this piece here, and then we put this on. We did page 7 in our first signature. So now we're on 12 and 13, which is the center of the signature, and we're going to do a flip up and a flip down, so that won't be too hard. What did I do? Oh, I caught that on that. That's no good. So we don't need the signature to do that. We need black paper. Did I remember to get more? So we're going to need 2. 1, 2. Well, there you go. So we're going to do a flip up on page 12. And the flip down on page 13 has an image similar to this, with this type of a round, kind of a globe image of a raven. And this is our paper. Now we're filling our paper clip jar back up. I'm a freak about paper clips. I need extra ones. Okay, I've inked this already. And we're going to use however much of this page. Excuse my voice, I've got crack voice this morning, all crackly. I guess I didn't sound good saying crack voice, did it? So we're going to use this much of the image. Well, not quite that much. So we're going to have a border all the way around. So let me see that I'm doing this right. I really kind of want, it looks better down here. Now, they're probably not going to be the same length on both pages, and I'm fine with that. We could make the flap first, and to top it all off, do I have an image for the back of the flap? No. Have I learned my lesson about putting the flap on first? Apparently, no. So let's, so we do have enough for both. Let's, hard for me to see on the black. No, except for when I leave my dry skin on there. Okay, one for this one and one for the next page. So this one, we want it to come down. This is the one I should have been measuring. We want it to come down to here. And then we want some for the flip, so, or the fold over. We'll score it here. Oh, we're going to have to make it narrower, because these are trimmed. Okay. The pencils are trying to escape. If I was on my desk, I would want to escape too. Oh. I guess I had it closed and didn't realize it. So that's our page. This is our paper. So we're going to need to cut this down a little bit to give it a border all the way around. So we're not going to cut this side. So we'll make a double border on this side and single border on that side. And of course a single border at the top. I didn't cut the side. That worked out easier anyway. I thought my phone alarm was going to go off and I couldn't figure it out. So it's 1:30 in the morning. I don't have any alarms for 1:30 in the morning. Apparently I should though, because Oz has been in here begging twice. Okay. Some reason they didn't seem to want to get rid of the white around the edge. I already inked that part. I can see I'm going to be doing this all video. Okay. It goes up like this. So this is our top. Let's try not to put the image on upside down. And that'll give us some writing room. I kind of like that one. Crash bang. Okay, I'm just going to glue this on here. So full of conversation at 1:30 in the morning. Sorry. Just working. That moved again. Okay, let's put the magnet on the back. I'm going to wait to put this in the journal. Let's take a look at the next one. Inked the paper. So we're going to have to cut this down. Okay. Then we want it to be, let's go ahead and try to make it to where it's, well, no, we made it higher. So let's go right about here. Well, we went to the image on the other one. And then score here, and we'll cut it there. They're not that much difference. About 1/4 of an inch, half an inch, about a half an inch. Okay, let's score that one. Come here. Now, like with the black, you don't have to ink everything around, front and back. Of course, that means I didn't pick out an image for the back of this one either. We have lots to choose from. Okay, now this one's going to flip up from the bottom. So this image, which needs to be cut down a little bit. We'll do the width. Spot that off. It's shiny on the black. Well, the graphite is shiny anyway. That's how I see where to cut things off half the time. This is still a little wide. How is it so short? Well, it's alright. We'll glue it on and then we will trim the top. I don't know how I managed that. Air bubble. Keep forgetting I have a full glue bottle. I just filled it up right before this video. Now let's make sure. Right. And we'll do the border correct from the bottom. It looks all right. Flips down. We need a magnet. And for the back, wasn't it books on this one? Well, it was on his desk. Then on this one, we can put a belly band to hold a card. I try to go around and not make a big dent in the middle of the pad. Seems like it would break the fibers of the pad down, making a big thump in the... That's just me. I'm sure it is. Because they are called stamp pads, right? Stamp on it. I'm kidding. I know it's because of the stamps that you put the ink on. Kind of looks like wood more than it does paper. Oh, for goodness sakes, what did I just do? I love this image. I don't know what that noise was, but we have a lot of crows, ravens, where I think they're different. No, they're not. Maybe one's bigger than the other. I think they're the same. Somebody will tell me. We just called them all crows when I... But nice. This one's a little big on this side. We'll put a ribbon on this side, and we'll put a ribbon on this side on this one. So you have to make sure they're like this, so the ribbons are on the outside. Let's put the magnet on the back. Now once again, do you see how that is? You don't want it to be like that. You want to flatten it. And then the magnet will be in the right place. Okay? So see how similar these are? So I thought they would look good together like this. We'll put something up here. Maybe. Probably a word. I'm really not putting out very much glue. It just looks like I am. the tip of it is on the paper, and I've just got it angled to the side a little bit. So my little swirls didn't go quite all the way to the edge. Like that. I love the sound of the magnets. I snap them all day. And then the next page is going to be nice and easy. It'd be nice if I put the page in right side up. Now these are going to look uneven because this has the black border on the bottom, but they're actually even, sort of. There we go. So what do you guys think? I like it. And we'll put a word here, a word up there, and then this flips down into here. That's why I think we need to put something on this page. And we'll leave this one as a writing page, except for maybe a small image or a word. I don't really see there being anything unless it looked like a photo on a wall, you know, fitting right there. So I'll do that. So we've got those two done, except for the little details, ribbons. I'll put the ribbon on the outside here and the outside here. I really don't want to cover up the raven here. I don't know that I'll put it on the underside. I may just put it on the flips. They ended up being pretty close to the same size. Okay, page 14. We're going to use our big pocket. I don't think I am going to use the gussets on it. I don't want everything falling out sideways. So we're going to be using the rectangle. I kept hitting my little stand with my scissors because the stapler was taking up too much room. Not sure that the tiny attacher was any narrower, but somehow everything's moved on my table. My little shelf thing here, it's a freestanding unit, used to be in the center. Maybe I got that spin pen and pencil and whatever holder and moved everything over later. Maybe that's what happened. Okay. So we're going to put it on here. And I want to see some of the brown, but I'm not going to put it out as far as that point. Hard to tell if it's straight because the brown is crooked. Okay, and we just need a card for in here, so I'll have to make one. I did ink this right. I don't know why these seem so wide. It's physically impossible. We've cut paper off the edge of this. All we've done is fold the other one in half. And yet they're barely fitting. Okay, so we've got that. Glue off there. Looks like there's a little bit of glue right there. The shiny must go. And then this is the last page I have set aside. Everything is inked. Oh, except for where you fold this in half. And this. I'm wondering, like this. We used the other half of this piece in signature 1 and put those pockets on it. But all we're going to do is put an acetate belly band on. I thought I had a piece that was the full length. Nope. They're 9 by, oh, this one's a 9 by 12. This one's bigger than the last one I got. And there's tissue between the pieces of acetate. This doesn't seem as thick either. I think I like this acetate. Oh, there was one right there. It's stuck to the cover. Yeah. I don't like this acetate at all. It's too thin. I forgot to check and get the 7mm. I hope this is going to be thick enough to do this. It's not going to be as sturdy. So I'm going to cut about 1.5 inches wide off the bottom, and then I'm going to, in the width, and then I'm going to cut the bottom off. Yeah, this just isn't thick enough. Well, let's make it 2. This is almost, it's not quite as thin as the cellophane on envelopes, but as you can see, it's nowhere near the thickness of this one. So I know why, because the last ones I got were overhead projector slides, not a pad of this. So now I'll have to get more. Oh, they're playing Purple Haze. Makes it harder to see as well. Yeah, it's kind of melting it as it goes across. Okay, now all we're going to do, there's 4 that come with the kit. So I just took 2 tan ones and a blue one. I like this one because it had the cemetery on it, even though it's going to be in the middle. This one has a cemetery as well, and so does that one. 3 spooky cemeteries. That's usually all I do. Words will go on there. Then we're just going to slide them on here. If I can even get them underneath this. I forgot. I didn't put the belly band over far enough. Put it in the center. Is it going to melt? I forgot, you don't want it exactly in the center. You want it over a little bit. Well, it's easier when you're putting glue on top of glue. You can see it. Okay. So we're going to put them on here. Like so. And then I'm going to take my little clip. This one's big enough. Yeah. Just put our little decorative clip on there, and it holds them all on. Okay? So you don't have to worry about putting magnets on, you know. Now see this one. I must not be cutting them in the center or something. Yeah, see, that's wrinkly. And it appears to be a smidge long. This, you can see the glue because it's too thin and it melts. So I'm not happy with that at all. Okay, so that's what it's going to look like. I'm going to use a whole new piece of acetate because I don't like the way this one looks. So we won't do that on camera, but so that's what that's going to be like. Yeah, it just melted it. It's not overhead projector, it's acetate. And what's in the glue, what you use to thin the glue, is acetone. So these three will be here. We can use a paper belly band. That might work. Anyway, I'll get it figured out. I didn't realize how thin that acetate was. Let me see. It tells on here. Yeah, 0.003. That's less than, yeah. It should be twice as much. So all right. I wish I could send it back. Yeah. See, it's 0.003 and you want the 0.007 or 0.075 or whatever it is. Okay, well, it's not 0.75. Maybe it is. Anyway, I'll have a look and I'll let you know in the next video. Okay, so that's it for us, and I will see you in video 5. Bye-bye.